Good morning to all our blessed family members, leaders, Heavenly Tribal Messiah members, and those who are watching with us in their own homes and centers. A warm greeting from Philippine National Headquarters. Welcome to our Family Sunday service, and I would like to congratulate a happy 28th and 25th blessing anniversary to 30,000 and 360,000 blessing couples. To begin with, let us sing Holy Song number 11, Unite into One. Once again, welcome to our Sunday family service. In this beautiful morning of the 12th day of the 7th month in the 8th year of Chinuguk, August 30, 2020, let us all meditate from the words of our true parents. You must feel that the true parents are your own parents and that you are their direct lineage. By fulfilling your duties, you must become completely one with true parents, attending them as their filial sons and daughters. Then you must serve the nation and also heaven and earth as patriots, saints, and divine sons and daughters. Adieu. May I request everyone to please rise for our Chinuguk anthem.
만발하도
us the recitation and the meaning of Family Pledge. Let's welcome our national leader, Reverend Leo Angelo T. Halog.
Good morning, brothers and sisters. Let us first offer our 경배, our heavenly parents and true parents. 천진 천부모님께 경배. 바로. Let us recite the family pledge number 4. Family pledge number 4. Our family, the honor of Chonilguk, pledges to build the universal family encompassing heaven and earth, which is the heavenly parents' ideal of creation, and perfect the world of freedom, peace, unity, and happiness by centering on true love. The meaning of the family pledge number 4. Heavenly parents' ideal of creation is one family under God. All the ideals of creation would have realized if a perfected Adam and perfected Eve, perfected children, and a family based on the four-position foundation had been linked to Heavenly Parents' love. At the conclusion of the history of restoration, a true family based on true parents and true love will be established as the hope of humankind, and at the same time, the hope of Heavenly Parent. This true family will be the starting point of the peace and happiness of humankind. In the ideal society and nation, people are conscious of being the sons and daughters of the one Heavenly Parent, and become brothers and sisters under the true parents. In the ideal society and nation, blessed families who have restored their lineage, rights of ownership, and hearts realize a world of freedom, peace, and unity based on the true parents' language and culture. They will come to lead lives of interdependence, mutual prosperity, and universally shared values within the culture of Heavenly Parents' heart. Adieu.
To help us invite the presence of our Heavenly Parent and true parents, I would like to call on Ms. Pujung Cipriano.
Good morning, brothers and sisters. Please join me in my prayer. Good morning, our most loving Heavenly Parent and victorious true parents of heaven and earth and humankind. We would like to express our deepest gratitude for the gift of life and all the blessings that we receive from you every day. Thank you for allowing us to have the opportunity to be in your presence together with our brothers and sisters around the globe, attending you as one family. Bring us closer in unity and love as we attend you, Heavenly Parent. May all our wishes and dreams be aligned to your providence. May our everyday lives be fruitful and victorious in upholding your will. As we prepare ourselves for the coming week ahead, we offer our sincere prayers and efforts for the past week, and we ask for your forgiveness for our sins and limitations. Please prepare our minds and hearts as we receive your words through your messenger today, our very own national leader, Reverend Leo Angelo Halog. May we could feel and understand your heart and situation, that it will renew our determination to accomplish more in behalf of your name. This I offer in behalf of our brothers and sisters, and in my name, Pujung Cipriano, second generation, daughter of Demetrio and Edita Cipriano, Blessed Center Family, Adieu.
Thank you, Sister Fujong. For the scriptural reading for today, let's welcome Miss Hazel Jean Regalado.
Good morning, brothers and sisters. Our reading for today, reading from the Chonsongyong, Book 2, True Parents, Chapter 3, True Parents and Rebirth, Section 1, The Path of Rebirth and Restoration. Even though you have received the blessing, you should delay cultivating your relationship with your spouse. First, you must yearn for true parents. You should feel that without them, there is neither day nor night, that your existence is worthless. Your heart of love and adoration for true parents should consume every part of your life. Only then can you be called the sons and daughters of heaven. Only after you have lived this type of life should you finally receive your husband or wife. Otherwise, how can you possibly receive him or her? Before anything else, you should yearn for true parents with all your heart. You will not receive salvation unless you attend true parents with the attitude that they are the source of your life, the entirety of your hope, and the beginning point of all your ideals and happiness. You must have conviction enough to say, I am a son or daughter of true parents, and I will unite with them for eternity. This kind of devotion must transcend even the awareness of your own existence. This is the kind of firm conviction you must have. You cannot fully attend to parents if you are by yourself. Whether you are a man or a woman, you need your partner. If you are a single, and you should get energy from the one who comes in the position of Adam. In that state, you first must offer something to Adam, the parent. Then you can receive and inherit true parents' love and connect it to your descendants through your lineage. You can pass on that valuable content of this love through your lineage. Hence, you can serve God and the true parents through such a foundation of love. It is on the standard of the value of this relationship, based on your lineage, that you can attend true parents. Otherwise, you cannot attend them. Adieu.
Thank you very much, Sister Hazel. Now, let us all get updated for our weekly news report. Let's watch HJ Global News by Peace TV.
Greetings one and all. This is Peace TV's HJ Global News, bringing you hopeful news from around the world. Less than a week from now, we will mark the 8th anniversary of True Father's Holy Ascension. And it is in memory of True Father that we are working with True Mother to secure the realization of Chonilguk, where True Father said he wished to live even for one day. This week we have prepared the 5th among 7 special regional segments on Heavenly Africa. It reflects on successful moments in the course toward Vision 2020 and looks ahead to success in Vision 2027. May the content of this week's news uplift and strengthen you in mind and heart. In 1975, missionaries from Japan, the United States and Germany went out to 95 nations, bringing the total number of mission nations to 127 worldwide. It was at this time that the providence in Africa began in earnest. Despite challenges to health, severe persecution from some governments and even martyrdom, the missionaries and members together strove with all their hearts to build the movement through exemplifying God's love and the principal teachings. Now Africa is becoming a blessed land, where more righteous people who can move nations are awakening and beginning to move the continent.
하늘이 이 한때를 위해서 당신이 길러 나온 준비된 의인을 보았습니다.
Witnessing, creating environments for witnessing and training future leaders, True Parents' strategies, religious leaders, tribal chiefs and visionary politicians prepared by God are working with us across Africa and contributing to a great leap forward in the providence.
I'm not a formal speaker. I speak from the heart. This is the work of True Mother, putting all religions together. I am honored and excited to be here today hosting True Mother, the only begotten daughter here in South Africa. This day will be remembered. It will not be erased.
For the first time, we co-convened a World Summit hosted by a nation's sitting president, with prominent figures from Africa's 54 countries. The year 2018 thus began with True Parents' teachings being disseminated at a forum of highest leadership, surely accelerating the providence of the restoration of faiths and nations.
Elle rend hommage à sa veuve, Dr Agja Hanmoun, qui poursuit avec foi et persévérance son œuvre au service de la paix universelle. Je voudrais la remercier pour ce message d'espoir qu'elle vient de livrer à l'endroit du continent africain, berceau de l'humanité, et meurtri par tant de siècles de conflits, de guerres et de fléaux. Je crois en cette Afrique nouvelle. Je crois en une Afrique capable de se prendre en charge.
Notably, True Mother offered a moving prayer to liberate and bless Africa, a land that had seen great suffering and sorrow. Mother's prayer resonated across the continent, bringing healing and new promise.
사랑하옵는 하늘 부모님, 이 아프리카의 백성들을 기억하여 주시옵소서. 인류 한 가족의 꿈을 이룰 수 있는 이 아프리카가 되어 하늘 부모님을 중심 삼고 완전히 하나된 화합과 통일의 세계를 이룩할 수 있는데 적극 협조하기를 참 부모님의 이름으로 해온 성사 하나이다.
In 2019, with rallies of hope for the victory of Vision 2020 being held in rapid succession, True Parents presided over the blessing of 100,000 couples in South Africa. Mother presented a signboard and flag to the Revelation Church of God and embraced its millions of members as a sibling church under our Heavenly Parent. Mother inspired the Heavenly Africa Project Memorandum of Understanding agreed between the Sao Tome and Principe government and UPF. She brought the summit hosted by the nation's president, the blessing ceremony and a 40,000-strong youth festival to successful conclusions.
Le projet pour une Afrique céleste a été lancé par la fondatrice de la Fédération pour la paix universelle, la mère de la paix, Dr Agja Han. Ce thème reprend du reste la vision des chefs d'État et de gouvernement africains. Je n'ai aucun doute que le 21e siècle sera africain.
In Niger, where the blessing ceremony and summit were held on the national level, an agreement for the Heavenly Africa Project was signed on the continental level by the Africa Union, ECOWAS and the G5 Sahel, an organization for the Sahara region nations. In South Africa, where the blessing ceremony was the cornerstone for the restoration of a continent, True Parents held the Holy Water Ceremony for 200,000 people from throughout Africa, including tribal kings and chiefs, government representatives and faith leaders. Furthermore, the declaration of Heavenly Africa opened the way for God to dwell more deeply with the African people.
아프리카 54개국의 선남 선녀들이 하늘 부모님을 모시는 축복을 통해서 이 아프리카는 하늘 부모님이 영원히 함께하는 신 아프리카 대륙이 되었음을 선언합니다.
In accordance with True Mother's strategy for Vision 2027, we are going to improve substantially our foundation in creating the environment for witnessing our Heaven Travel Messiah activities, blessing single candidate, and raising future leaders. We will train youth leaders to take leadership position. By February 2023, we are planning to have all national leaders as second-generation members. We will expand the activity of the International Association of Youth and Students for Peace. We are committed to support and contribute in the reunification of North and South Korea as a foundation for the Heavenly Unified World by 2027. As Heavenly Africa, we are profoundly grateful for True Mother's accomplishment during the past 7 years in this continent. We are committed during this new 7 years course to work together with our beloved True Mother with absolute faith, absolute love, and absolute obedience to fulfill our responsibility for the firm establishment of Chonliguk. As a member of Heavenly Parent Holy Community, we will expand our foundation to honor our beloved True Mother, the only begotten daughter of Almighty, the Heavenly Mother. Thank you, True Mother. We love you.
Heavenly Africa has become a blessed land that has come to the forefront. It will light the way to the successful conclusion of Vision 2027 for the realization of a heavenly unified world, the fulfillment of the dream of one family under Heavenly Parent. And now we will bring you some news from the nations around the world. UPF Bolivia in heavenly Latin America hosted a victory meeting for the 1 Million Rally of Hope. In Bolivia, where the rally was broadcast or reported on 35 TV stations and media agencies, the vision of the heavenly unified world was offered to the 1 million citizens who watched the rally. The meeting, broadcast live via internet, television and radio, was attended by 180 peace ambassadors, including parliamentarians and representatives of broadcasting stations. TV personnel and journalists alike had high praise for the unprecedented rally and expressed their gratitude that it might contribute to peace for all of humankind. Plaques of appreciation in the name of the Washington Times and the Universal Peace Federation were bequeathed to ambassadors for peace and broadcasting station personnel who contributed to the event's success. In Côte d'Ivoire, where protests against the current president's running for a third term in office ended in bloodshed, the Universal Peace Federation announced a statement of peace, calling for peace and unity among all citizens. The statement, which expressed sympathy for the bereaved and hope for the rapid recovery of the injured, also asked for peaceful communication and dialogue. It was televised nationally. In Côte d'Ivoire also, 7-day workshops for the fulfillment of the Heavenly Tribal Messiah mission were held in all parts of the country. At the workshops held in Abgoville and Yamoussoukro, most of the 40 participants made the resolution to go on to attend a 21-day workshop. Sub-Region 1 in Heavenly Japan hosted a Top Gun youth reunion. To prevent the spread of COVID-19, just 650 people attended the Assembly of Youth and Students in person, while more than 3,000 joined online. Upon receiving the special message from True Parents, the young people resolved to multiply the number of regular members by 10 times under the slogan, "The light of Hyojong will brighten tomorrow." It was a time of revival with Hyojong speeches and messages on transforming crises and limiting situations into ones of hope and positivity. Everyone resolved to renew their commitment to support the success of their mission.
自分たちが2世として何ができるのかとか、それから自分たちがどういうことをしていかなければならないのかということを一人一人がもう一度考え直して、しっかりと今後の身分のためにもお母様のためにしっかりと頑張ってやっていかなければならないと思いました。
In the Asia-Pacific region, an online meeting for the sharing of heart was held for 300 or so students and youth from 14 nations. The young people heard testimonies and speeches on leading a life of faith, the blessing, and practicing divine principle in real life, and took part in a question and answer session. There was time to reflect on their present situations and to resolve to become people of influence in transforming minds and hearts, and also rescuing the environment. At the same time, CARP members in Italy hosted the Meditation on the Road Gift of Song concert. While taking time to reflect in Mother Nature, they presented songs of healing and consolation to their neighbors with whom they are working together to get through this time of difficulty. Peace TV will offer a live webcast of the ceremony commemorating the 8th anniversary of our True Father's Holy Ascension. This will air on September 4th at 10 a.m. Korea time in 8 languages and can be viewed on the Peace TV website, including by mobile app or Facebook. Here at Peace TV, we hope that by joining in with members from around the world, you will inherit True Parents' love and conviction that a heavenly unified world is truly possible. Thank you for taking the time to watch today.
Surrender Us a special song entitled Eternal Love, composed by the eldest son of our True Parents, our dear Yojanim. Let's welcome Mr. Emanhilio and Miss Celine Diapera.
Good morning, brothers and sisters. Happy Sunday to all. I am Eman, and this is Celine, and with our pianist, Herwin. So together we will be dedicating a song for our older brothers and sisters who are celebrating their
blessing anniversary for the 30,000 couples and
360,000 couples. So this song is entitled Eternal Love. 사랑은 영원한 우리의 안녕 님께서 내려주신 We're eternally bound as man and wife, realizing our homes where the love of our life. We are building your dream, with our very own hands. And we'll live to forever in that beautiful land. 사랑은 영원한 우리의 안녕 님께서 내려주신 변치
as time passes by, with its tears and its
strife,
but I'm filled with your love.
with the love and the and all of your sorrow will soon wash away. Finally your love, it's all that remains. 사랑은 영원한 우리의 안녕, 님께서 내려주신 변치 않은 축복. We're eternally bound as men and wife, realizing our hopes with the love of our life. We are building your dream in our own very hand, and we will live forever in that beautiful land. 사랑은 영원한 우리의 안녕, 님께서 내려주신 변치 않은 축복. Eternal love, a love we can feel forever, and changing love, a love we can live forever. Thank you so much, brothers and sisters.
Thank you very much for that heartwarming and historical song. Brothers and sisters, are you all excited? At this moment, let us prepare our hearts and minds as we receive God's guidance and inspiration. Without further ado, our God's representative for today's sermon. Please help me to welcome our very own national leader, Reverend Leo Angelo P. Halog.
Good morning, beloved brothers and sisters. Welcome once again to our Sunday family service. This is now the last Sunday of this month of August. I would like to greet all our leaders who are watching today, all brothers and sisters who are joining us together from the Philippines, including those who are joining from different countries. Today is the 12th day of the 7th month in the 8th year of Channel Group. Already we are finishing the year actually of 2020. We will be entering September. We will be welcoming month of September after 2 days, and just 4 months to go, and then we're going to welcome 2021. First, I would like to greet also all our beloved brothers and sisters who have just celebrated their 28th blessing anniversary last August 25, and also the 25th blessing anniversary of the 360,000 couples and also the 30,000 couples. Actually, I was very inspired watching the video that was shown. And also last, I think August 26, I was invited by the Filipino African couples. They had their first celebration centering on America. I was invited to give a message, and then I could meet, I think, about 20 to 30 families have participated, and I could listen from their testimonies. And then they told me that after their blessing in 1992, this is their first time to be able to meet once again. And really, I salute all our Filipino sisters who've been to Africa and really volunteered to be much to African. They have really laid a great foundation for all of us, especially for us young couples. Also, I would like to congratulate the second anniversary of our young brothers and sisters who have just also celebrated their second year of blessing anniversary last August 27, 2018. Congratulations to all of you. Yeah, last Sunday we are very honored to listen from the Global IW, Reverend Her Young, explaining to us about the providence more deeply, and especially about the Heavenly Parents Holy Community. I know everybody was very inspired, knowing really the foundations that our true parents have laid, and even after True Father passed on to the spiritual world, True Mother really laid really foundation to really welcome Channel Guk, and now we are now in the final like 7 years, second 7-year course to really establish Heavenly Parents Holy Community, raising up citizens. These are the Chonbo families, Chonbo couples. So I'm really grateful to Heavenly Parents and True Parents really sending to us Reverend Her Young, really directly sent by True Mother to explain more the providence now and really True Parents' dream and goal. So we are all together with our beloved True Mother. So through this understanding, we can march forward and be able to really fulfill Heavenly Parents and True Parents' dream. So this Sunday, I'm really honored to stand before you to share and be the speaker for the Sunday service. So this Sunday, I would like to share this topic, but before that, I would like to really encourage all of you. Let's first appreciate our beloved True Parents. Let's give them a big round of applause. Really, our True Parents, just seeing their picture, actually, how much I am really moved and really touched seeing our beloved True Parents who have really worked tirelessly and really offered their entire life for the providence, restoring all humanity and really liberating Heavenly Parents' heart. You know, 5 days from now, we will going to celebrate, we will going to commemorate True Father's 8-year Songhua anniversary. It was actually so fast, right? Do you miss True Father? Yeah, so we all miss our beloved True Father. And, you know, True Parents are our origin. Just yesterday, Dr. Yong was talking about this. Really, True Parents, they are our origin. True Parents' heart and then Heavenly Parents' heart. We all come from there, especially with God's sorrowful heart. So True Parents is the only, really the most filial son and daughter. They completely inherited Heavenly Parents' heart. So Heavenly Parents' heart is the same with True Parents' heart. So True Parents, they are our root. They are our origin. So we are truly grateful to our beloved True Parents. This Sunday, I would like to share with you this topic entitled, We Are Predestined to Fulfill God's Will. So this time, you know, after Dr. Yong's 120 days morning devotion in Thailand, so in the headquarters also I started to guide our brothers and sisters who are here, because here in our HQ, we are many here, about 50 of us are here. So while I'm starting to, of course, reflect and think about the guidance of Dr. Yong and then study more True Parents' words, actually, I'm really also very inspired with the guidance of our really True Parents, their really words. As you continue to study, the more inspiration you can have. So this topic, I was able to share this actually, one of the Hunduke, and also I'm thinking maybe later we can have our online Hunduke later on after the situation become even better later on, then we can have also in our nation. So I would like to begin my presentation this Sunday. So I would like to begin with these words of Father. Father said, God foresees our future. So when God looks at a person's past, He penetrates his present mind. And based on this, He foresees his future. So, Heavenly Parent knows our future. That's why we learn so much from the Hunduke guidance of Dr. Yong that our life should always be connected with Heavenly Parent. We cannot just, rely on ourselves. We cannot just rely on, making decisions on our own. We need to always connect because we don't know the future. But actually, Heavenly Parents knows our future. From God's, perspective, looking at our past, each of us, and then with the way we are thinking in our mind, then God can foresee our future. This is very, very important. That's why our connection to Heavenly Parents and True Parents is really very, very fundamental in our life. So Father said, Heaven checked our background. Our meeting together here is the unfolding of destiny through which God is weaving all things into one. This is not a chance encounter. The destiny that brought you here was formed over a long history. Among the multitudes of people of the world, why were you, in particular, able to come here? Wherever you lived before you came here, Heaven checked your background and determined that you had merit. So now, when I was reading about this, I remember sometimes when we are about to buy something, and then the bank is coming, they hire someone to check our background, like CI, like customer intelligence. They check our data, if all the things that we are putting there is true. And then when I was reading this, Father's guidance, Father's words, then I realized this is not an accident that we could come here. Father was saying here that why were you in particular able to come here among the multitudes of people, even in our own families? How many members in our family? So our Heavenly Parents is really the ones who have brought us here and really take part in this providence. This is very, very important for us to understand. Father said, my life was predestined before I was born. Do you think that I was born to fulfill a certain purpose, which predetermined the way I grew up and what I have become? Or am I the product of my circumstances and the sum total of the things that happened to me as I went about my life? My life was predestined before I was born. Therefore, even the features of my face were predestined. So even before the birth of True Father. So Father is explaining here, not because of the way he grew up, not because of the way he lived his life. He was chosen. Actually, the same is true with us. When we go back, actually, when we study our life, sometimes many of us are saying, sometimes even me, among my family members, thinking about my relatives, there are some who are even like more kind, more, maybe the attitude is better than me, better than I am. But why I was chosen to be here? Many times, brothers and sisters are saying, hindi ko nga alam bakit ako yung napunta rito. Minsan, mas mababait pa nga yung mga kapatid ko. Why I am here? Why we were chosen? Father is explaining here, even before our birth, already we are predestined by God to do this mission, to be born in this time, and be able to work together with our beloved True Parents. That's why there's no accident in this world. We were chosen actually. So, because of the merit of our ancestors who came before us. So this merit were accumulated. And then we were the ones that was chosen. We are truly, truly grateful that God has chosen us, that our ancestors has prepared the way for us. Aju, like True Father, even Father was saying here, even the features of his face were predestined. Even his physical features, True Father. The body that he has, a very strong physical body, his eyes, his nose, everything is predestined by God. Father said, I am the man whom I was predestined to become. I am not the man I am today because of things that happened to me in the course of my life. I am the man whom I was predestined to become. I grew up holding on to the principle. I did not go my own way and connected to the principle. So that's why this is what I'm saying a while ago, that Father, he was not chosen not because of how he lived his life, not because of the course of his life when he was born, even before he was born. The same is true with us. That's why when we study, go back, balik tayo sa buhay natin, makita natin, ako nga, personally also, my life, kasi I joined our movement after my graduation. Actually, I really want to become, maging completely free from my family, mag-aral ng college. Sa Baguio kasi ako nag-aral eh. And then my parents are away. My father is there, but we are not living with my father. And then my mother is abroad, just sending money for us to study. But actually, my life also, if I want to, if I can go back, I want to erase this, this life of mine. So also many brothers and sisters, not maybe good yung pinanggalingan natin before we joined our movement, but Father is saying here, it is not because of how we have lived our life. That's why we are here. Even from our birth already, we were destined to be here and really work and support our beloved true parents in this time. That's why most important now, we need to accept it no matter what. We need to accept that we were chosen. Our ancestors had laid foundation. God has chosen us. God already checked our background, our ancestors, and then the way we are thinking, our mindset now. And then God finally said that we have merit. And then God chosen us to be here. Aju, this is very important. So Father said, God foreknows who has the qualification to become a central figure. God, being omniscient, foreknows who has the qualifications necessary to become a central figure in the providence of restoration. God predestines those whom He foreknows. Then He calls upon them to fulfill the purpose of His providence. Calling the person is God's responsibility, but that alone does not entitle the person to be justified before God and be given glory. Only when the person completes his responsibility after being called by God is he justified and then glorified. So this is very clear. We need to be very clear about this. That to choose a person, this is absolutely God's responsibility. That's why actually for us, there's no election, right? We are not electing who will become the leader of our movement. They were chosen. Even Father is talking about that one day, there will be no more election. So we have to understand that God is not just, selecting someone who is like humanistic point of view. We are thinking this person is capable. What God is looking for, because this is God's providence. This is not whoever's providence. This is God's providence. What do we mean by that? So meaning, God is the one leading the way. So God needs to look for someone that absolutely can unite with Him. Not someone that is good of many things or prepared, studied very well. Actually, whatever accomplishments that we have, it doesn't count much. It doesn't count much. Whether you have a PhD, you're a rich person, or you have all the things in this world. But actually, what God is looking for is someone that can unite with Him completely. That's why if that person, God saw that person, God will going to appoint that person. And then through that person, God will going to carry out the providence. That's why if we completely submit ourselves to Heavenly Parents, then wisdom, all the power of Heavenly Parents will come to us. We will going to work beyond our own capacity, beyond our own, knowledge, everything that we have, because God will just use our physical body. That's why, very, very important. God is looking for someone who can unite with Him. That's why true parents is always teaching us to understand God's point of view. Also the other one is humanistic point of view. Sometimes if a new leader comes, maybe when younger than you, than us, very difficult because we are just looking to that person based on our humanistic point of view, right? But God chose that person. So if that person can completely unite with Heavenly Parent, then Heavenly Parents can carry out the providence in accordance to His will. That's very, very important. No one, you cannot actually, sometimes we are struggling with our leaders, with our Abel, but actually, because we are looking based on our point of view, we are looking at that person based on our humanistic perspective. But if we, start to open our hearts, our mind, and look at that person as God's representative, and then you unite, and then you're going to see how God works to that person. And then miracles will going to take place beyond our imagination. That's why, in the past, right, we've learned from the history. Laging ang sinasabi ni Dr. Yong sa guidance niya. Sino yung mga pinili ni God? They are not the ones who are really qualified based on how human beings look at them, right? Actually, sila nga yung mga pinaka like pitiful people, individuals. But why God chose them? Because they can unite completely with Heavenly Parent. So our true father or true mother, from, young age, from the moment they receive God's direction, even father, even nga yung paa ni father, di ba? Even father's feet. So, father completely is one, our true mother is completely one with Heavenly Parent. Kaya nga yung isang story ni father when he's about to go back to Korea, di ba? How he was saved. Supposedly, sasakay siya sa barko. Supposedly, true father will going to ride the boat. But because immediately his feet, went to like different direction. So, this is how guided through father's life. And then, father is completely absolute. Completely follow Heavenly Parent. The same is true with our beloved true mother. That's why this is God's responsibility, choosing a person. Aju? So we need to understand this. And then Father said, an individual's glorification depends upon the completion of his portion of responsibility. It was written in the Bible in Romans chapter 8, verse 30. So because in the Bible it was not written, clearly it was not mentioned about the human portion of responsibility. So Father said here, God's predestination concerning an individual's glorification is thus contingent upon the completion of his portion of responsibility. Because the biblical verse does not mention the human portion of responsibility, people may misinterpret it to mean that all affairs are determined solely by God's absolute predestination from the divine principle. So, it is given that God is the one who is choosing the central figure. But, according to Father, an individual's glorification depends upon completion of his portion of responsibility. So, it is already given, we were chosen by Heavenly Parents, but in order for us to become victorious, to be glorified, we need to fulfill our portion of responsibility. Napag-aralan natin, we've learned from the history. Many people were chosen, right? But many of them couldn't fulfill their responsibility. The same is true now with us. We were all chosen. So, even though we were chosen, or regional leader, national leader, whatever our positions, but we have a very clear responsibility that we need to fulfill. So, if we will not fulfill this, God cannot do anything. That's why, as people that was chosen by God, we need to fulfill our responsibility in order for us to complete what God has predestined for us. Aju? Aju. So this is very, very important. Father said, God set up a certain course in the providence of restoration. It is written that God loved Jacob and hated Esau even when they were still inside their mother's womb and had not done anything good or evil. God favored one and disfavored the other and told Rebekah that the elder will serve the younger. From the book of Romans, chapter 9, verses 10 to 13. What was the reason for this favoritism? God favored one over the other in order to set up a certain course in the providence of restoration. So, why God has favoritism? So we are thinking, di ba, bakit si God hindi pa nga pinapanganak even before the birth of Jacob and Esau? Why God immediately chose the younger? And then the elder will going to serve the younger. So what is the main purpose? You know, when God created the world, so like an engineer, pag gagawa yan ng bahay, meron yan talagang very clear na blueprint. Di ba? Also, we've learned clearly what is God's original ideal, what is God's original plan. So actually, in God's mind, when He was creating, ang nasa mind lang talaga ni God is to see an ideal world. To see a family under Him as our Heavenly Parent. To see all of us, starting from Adam and Eve, sila yung maging model natin. Sila yung maging representative ni God as the parent of humanity. And then through them, we can become completely one with our Heavenly Parent. This is the world that God originally dreamed of nung nag-create siya. Diba? So actually, in God's mind, hindi pa inisip ni God that time yung restoration. Kasi, diba? It depends on Adam and Eve. And then, God's expectation is Adam and Eve will going to fulfill their responsibility, and then ideal world will going to come about. Right? That is God's original ideal. So actually, God, in the providence, after Adam and Eve fell, nung nag-fell sila, so God now is also pioneering a new path. Paano niya gagawin yung restoration? That's why when Adam and Eve failed, anong sinabi ni God? So yung mga anak ni Adam and Eve, Cain and Abel, they need to offer something. So dapat in that case, in that situation between Cain and Abel, dapat si Abel dapat din doon will going to win over Cain. And then si Cain din dapat needs to go through Abel. But because of the tragedy na pinatay, Cain killed Abel, so what happens? So the providence was prolonged. So in the providence, so God started to really, set up. Kaya si God, siya ang pinakaunang pioneer. So, through this providence of restoration, God is pioneering. Kaya, hindi ito favoritism. Why God chose immediately yung younger and then the elder to serve the younger? Because God needs to restore what was lost and then wants to set up a certain course for the providence of restoration. Kaya hindi si God may favoritism. God is always equal. Diba? And then, always, treating everybody equally, our Heavenly Parent. But because of God setting up a certain course in the providence of restoration, that's why this happens. So God made the condition to recover the birthright. So God gave Isaac twin sons, Esau and Jacob, with the intention of having them stand in the positions of Cain and Abel. They were to make the conditions of indemnity necessary for accomplishing His will to recover the birthright of the elder brother, which was lost when Cain killed Abel in Adam's family. God intended to realize this will by having Jacob in the position of Abel win over his elder brother Esau in the position of Cain. Since Esau was in the position of Cain, he was hated by God, and then since Jacob was in the position of Abel, he could receive God's love. So already I explained a while ago. So God wants to recover the birthright that was lost when Cain killed Abel. Kaya ginawa ni God na ganito. So to set up a certain course for the restoration. Providence. Kaya ginawa ito ni God to made certain condition to recover the birthright that was lost in the time of Cain and Abel. So Father said, the future depends upon the completion of our portion of responsibility. So, nevertheless, whether God would in the end favor or disfavor them depended on whether or not they completed their given portions of responsibility. In fact, because Esau obediently submitted to Jacob, he was able to rise above his previous condition of being hated by God and receive the blessing of God's love equal to Jacob's. Conversely, even though Jacob was initially in the position to receive God's favor, he would have ceased to receive it and had he failed in his responsibility. Had you? So, even though we were chosen by Heavenly Parent or others were not chosen, but actually, what is the deciding point? It depends on how we fulfill our responsibility. Kaya nga dito sinasabi ni Father, kaya nevertheless, whether God would in the end favor or disfavor them, depended whether or not they completed their given portions of responsibility. Like even Esau, he was not chosen, right? But because Esau were able to fulfill his responsibility. So anong sabi ni Father? So Esau received the same blessing that Jacob also received because Esau fulfilled his responsibility. So even though Jacob also was chosen, si Jacob nga ang pinili, pero kung si Jacob naman, he failed in fulfilling his responsibility. Anong sabi ni Father? Then, he would have ceased to receive it. So, even though we were chosen, but if we will not fulfill our responsibility, then there is expiration. God's blessing and love that we are receiving as God's chosen person will be stopped if we will not going to fulfill our responsibility. Is that clear? Actually, it's really very clear. True Parents is explaining us very clearly. So, the key point is, we really need to fulfill our responsibilities, especially now during this time, right? Now, we cannot imagine already where we are in now because of True Parents' really tremendous investment and hard work. Now, both True Mother on earth, True Father in the spiritual world, are working together beyond our imagination. Now, how much more Father is working? Of course, True Mother also, not even sleeping, True Mother. Really, 77-year-old, really pushing her life, pushing herself, going beyond her limit. And then also our True Father. Father is beyond time and space, right? We don't know how much our True Father is working now. True Father said before that when he go to the spiritual world, 10 times he will going to work. Maybe not only 10 times, right? So, because of True Parents' hard work, so we could see now, miracles are taking place, from one place to another. In Thailand now, really amazing miracles are happening. So, even our Thai leaders now, they are testifying that these things now never happened in the past. So, these are already the result of the work of True Parents and all members, our elders, brothers and sisters, who have been, continuously investing and supporting our True Parents. So, really, we are now in the time of harvest. So, most important now, we really need to fulfill our responsibility. Aju? Father said, all people are inclined to follow the rhythm of heavenly fortune. No matter what people may say or do, they are subject to the rhythm of heavenly fortune, which power flows throughout the universe. No one has the power to stand against it, so they are inclined to follow along with it. People who follow the right path in alignment with heavenly fortune grow and prosper along with it. Since they move with its rhythm as it pulses throughout the universe, they are bound to live forever. Nevertheless, many Western people want to be masters of their own destiny. But since they disregard the rhythm of heavenly fortune, things will not go as they want. Therefore, clever and wise Westerners will align themselves with the principle that governs the universe. So, really now, we are already, like para na lang tayong nakasakay eh. The heavenly fortune came to Pacific region, and then with all the foundations of True Parents. Really, heavenly fortune is already given to us. So, the most important now is how to incline, Father is saying here, how to follow the rhythm of heavenly fortune. Now, actually, the world is already in nasa kwan na tayo, dead end. Now, as we can see now in our society now, because also of this pandemic, even in the Philippines now, cases of those who are committing suicide are increasing in the Philippines. Actually, people, who doesn't know heavenly parents, who doesn't know God, people now all over the world are losing hope. Even the leaders of the government, di ba nga also in Seoul, Korea, recently, I think 1 month or more ago, the mayor of Seoul committed suicide, right? Because also, now, many leaders of the government now, because they cannot handle anymore the situation, especially this time. Ngayong time na to, situation na to, actually, parang kwan din ito sa lahat ng mga public leaders, mga public officials ng government natin. This is really the time that is very difficult to become a leader. Parang ito rin yung time na ma-select sino talaga yung leader that can really stand. That can really stand. So many leaders now really, siguro kung if they have chance, they want to, run away from their position. Because this is really now very challenging situation. But, yun nga, the providence now is showing us that there's no other way. We need to go through and follow the rhythm, centering on our beloved true parents, centering on our beloved true mother now. That's why now, it's like, the nature now, the environment, the world we are living in, this is now the ones pushing people to go to one direction, to follow only true parents, true mother. Heavenly fortune is only with true parents. So if we will not incline, if we will not follow, then we will be left behind. We don't have any way to go. That's why it's very, very important. Kasi nasabi ni Father dito, some people are thinking of, they want to become masters of their own destiny. But actually, we cannot go against the universe. This is universal law. So, sabi ni Father, wise and clever people will align themselves with the principle that governs the universe. Kaya very important ngayon, in this time and age. Very important talaga, we need to absolutely, one mind lang dapat tayo, we need to follow absolutely. And then follow and incline with the rhythm of heavenly fortune. Aju? Aju. Father said, only people who follows the principle are bound to survive and prosper. Father said, no one wants to perish. No nation wants to perish. Nevertheless, today, so many people are perishing, and nations are on the path of decline. Why are they perishing? It is not because of anything I do, but when the very universe opposes them, how can they stand against it? Only people who are aligned with heavenly fortune and who are obedient to the principle that governs the universe can expect to survive and prosper. This has been the case for the heroes and saints throughout history. Wouldn't you like to become a hero or saint? Wow, this is amazing guidance of Father. This is amazing guidance of true Father. That's why, this time, people now are, making conclusion that there's no other way. Now, heads of states are coming to us. Of course, still, we are being challenged of some. Still, they are not, coming. Many times you're inviting them, but already they are about to reach the dead end. And then there's no other way to go. Whatever they do, Father is saying, they cannot go against the universe. They cannot oppose heavenly law. They cannot oppose. That's why Father is saying here, it's not because of what Father is doing, why people are perishing, why nations are perishing. It's because people are going against the rhythm, are going against the flow of the principle. Then, for sure, they will be opposed. Aju? And then Father is saying here, only people who follows the principle are bound to survive and prosper. So, even us, we met through parents, we learned the divine principle. There are difficulties in our life. There are a lot, right? But most important, how much we have to really obey and follow. Many times Dr. Yung was telling us, most important than absolute faith, than absolute love is what? It is absolute obedience. That's why even in selecting central figure, what is the most important character that God is looking for? That is absolute obedience. That's why if we completely obey heavenly parents and true parents, for sure, we will going to survive, not only survive, but prosper. We will going to accomplish our responsibility. Now, this time, today is August 30, September 1, the international headquarters, they were going to begin the anong tawag dito? Screening, the evaluation for the Chonbo couples. So we learned last Sunday na yun nga, the name of our organization is Heavenly Parents Holy Community. And then the citizens of Heavenly Parents Holy Community, these are Chonbo families, Chonbo couple. So now it's clear, our goal, lahat tayo, maging Chonbo. Kaya nga sabi ni True Mother said that no one should be left behind. Di ba? Lahat tayo. That's why True Parents, created Chonbo 1. The True Mother said it will last thousands of years. So True Mother wants to honor our blessed central families who keep absolute faith, absolute love, absolute obedience to true parents. We will be honored doon. But of course, yun nga, hindi ibig sabihin, naging chonbo couple tayo, enough na yon. But actually, this is just, as our true mother, how much true mother loves all of us, blessed central families. True mother, this is one way of true parents to encourage us continuously. Kaya nga, those who will become chonbo couple first, ang goal natin very clear, lahat ng blessed families, brothers and sisters natin in our nation, all over the world, dapat papasok lahat. And then, not only that, even yung mga 430 couples natin later on. So actually, ito yung ultimate na pinaka-goal natin for all families to become chonbo families. Ibig sabihin, pati ancestors din nila, ma-liberate din nila kasi yan na nga lang talaga yung pinaka-responsibility natin. Liberate our 430 generations vertically, our ancestors, and then at least bless 430 couples. This is our very clear portions of responsibility ngayon na kailangan natin gawin. So if we really unite completely with our beloved true mother, if we follow, absolutely, of course, there are difficulties, there are challenges. But if there is a will, there is always a way. Aju? Especially this time. Everything is given to us, the entire spiritual world. Our ancestors are with us. Even Father mentioned, even evil spirits now. Even evil spirits are guiding people to go to true parents. Can you imagine even evil spirits now? That's why, if we cannot fulfill our part, our responsibility this time, there's no one, who is lacking but us, ourselves, alone. Right? This is our responsibility. That's why no matter what, take advantage with this time. Kaya nga ngayon, really, people will be coming to true parents. There is no other way. There's no other way. Even the leaders of our government, dahan-dahan yan, they will going to come to true parents. There's no other solution in the problems of our society. Kaya nga, no one can go against the law of the principle. No one can go against the law of the universe. Ajo, really amazing time has come, brothers and sisters. We are truly honored and really grateful. But, it's not only as our responsibility to bring all people to true parents through the blessing, to bring all our blessed central families to Chonbowon. This is our responsibility, especially those who will going to enter Chonbowon first. Our goal in life is not just to enter Chonbowon. Otherwise, pag pumasok tayo and then we couldn't bring others, that is, what kind of, tayo dapat ang mag-set ng example. True Mother is telling us, we need to really set an example and really educate all people. This is what True Mother mentioned in her recent speech. Yeah, so really, we are now living in this most precious and amazing time. That's why only true parents, they are the only hope. Wala nang iba. Aju, brothers and sisters, kaya we need to understand Heavenly Parents' dream, true parents' dream, desire, and then what they wanted us to do as blessed central families. Kaya nga, we are truly grateful with our beloved True Mother leading us until this time on earth. That's why, brothers and sisters, all our leaders, brothers and sisters, kailangan talaga we really need to fulfill our responsibilities no matter what. As we are now, just, as we just ride on with this heavenly fortune, we can accomplish amazing things and we can restore our nation. Aju? Aju. Yeah, so I will be concluding with some words from True Mother given during the special gathering for future leaders of Cheonilguk National University last June 27 in Hyojong Culture Center. True Mother said, right now, blessed families must completely become one with me and show the world this is the life in the kingdom of heaven on earth which humankind aims for. Though, as individuals, we are weak, when we unite towards one goal and continue to grow, we will absolutely realize a unified Korea, Heavenly Parents' dream, True Parents' dream, and our dream. I did not want you to forget today, so I used Japanese earlier. You are the dream, pride, and happiness of the only begotten daughter, the True Mother. I love you. Therefore, this is not the end. Each minute and second of your time cannot be wasted. How much True Mother really loves all of us, blessed central families. We are the pride, True Mother said. We are her pride. We are her happiness as blessed central families, as brothers and sisters. That's why each minute and second of our time cannot be wasted. Aju? Aju. Also, Mother said, to continue, Mother said, then, no matter how difficult or weary our lives are, we cannot complain. This is because our dreams are even bigger the more we realize that dream, the more blessings we will receive. So there will be no loss to you. As I meet you today, it has taken 60 years for you to see the true parents this closely. You are my sons and daughters, right? Let it not take 60 years like this, and let us not waste even a second. You must show how exciting, grateful, and joyful a life lived in attendance to heavenly parents is. Aju? Wow, so precious, so precious words of our beloved true mother. So, also mother continues, heavenly parents' dream and true parents' dream is for you to attend heavenly parent in the earthly world and become children of love, joy, and praise. Who can say we have realized heavenly parents' original dream? It is, of course, true parents' dream to realize this kingdom of heaven on earth, and it must become the dream of all blessed families, especially the second and third generation members. So, heavenly parents' dream and true parents' dream, this should be our dream, not only us now, the central families, but including our second and third and fourth, all the generations to come, until heavenly parents' dream and true parents' dream and all our dreams can really be realized on earth. Aju? Aju. So we really need to become the owner. So to conclude with this final slide of True Mother, this speech was given during the special meeting on the construction of Chonwon-gong last June 4, 2020 in Cheonjung-gung. So True Mother said, this day's existence is a once-in-a-lifetime eternal opportunity in your lives. It is the beginning, the starting point. It is eternal, and this is unique time. You all are participating in something great that will not be repeated. And you are responsible to fulfill your portion of responsibility. This is not a position that will always be there, but is one we hold today. So this is now an amazing opportunity that was given to us by heaven. So the most important now is how we will going to fulfill our responsibility as people that was entrusted by heaven, by heavenly parents and true parents, all our leaders and brothers and sisters. So this time is really the best time to really put all our effort and really unite as one. Kaya ngayon during this time period, we don't know until when itong pandemic na ito, but still, this is really an amazing chance now. Heavenly Parents and True Parents is helping us to really prepare well. Kaya ngayon during this time, we really need to prepare well, how to have really one mind and one heart with our beloved true parents, with heavenly parents, and then really settle things, kung anong kailangan nating isettle ngayon during this time period. This is now the best time, especially our heart, and then our really oneness and unity to heavenly parents and true parents. And then after this, we will going to go to the front line. And no matter what, we will going to restore our nation. This is our contribution in True Mother's dream of restoring the 1/3 of the world population. So in the Philippines, by 2027, we'll be reaching 120 million people. So our goal in the Philippines is minimum to reach 40 million people. Ito yung goal natin. So later, we're going to make clearer plan for this. And this time also, we are preparing for True Father Songwa. We are preparing for the upcoming ILC during this celebration. Actually, the main celebration, ang title ng ngayong Songwa ni Father, this is Chonbo Festival. Because also of the induction of the Chonbo couple, because this is first time by October 10. So now there are more than 3,000 candidates to become Chonbo couple all over the world. In the Philippines, we have 64 ang candidates natin. So later we're going to know, and then by October 10, these couples will be inducted to enter Chonbo. This is already eternal. This is already legacy of these blessed families who will going to enter. But yun nga, hindi lang ito ang goal natin, but to let all blessed central families to enter. Kaya during this celebration of True Father Songwa, ito yung pinaka-highlight niya talaga. The title is Chonbo Festival. Also, meron ding special blessings sa October 10. Anyway, you have received already the memo. So we have many activities preparing for. We have the ILC 3 days, and then we have the upcoming Rally of Hope, September 27. So it's really a great opportunity to reach out all our contacts and reaching out to millions of people as we are also preparing by December. Kasi ang original na goal natin, we will going to invite True Mother, we will going to have 1.2 million rally. So we will going to make this an online rally, reaching to 1.2 million. We need to prepare for this. Already we included this in our condition. So we are truly really fortunate people living in this time. But despite the grace and the blessing we have received, also we have a very, very important responsibility that we need to accomplish. But because of Heavenly Parents and True Parents, and with all of us uniting together, we can truly become victorious sons and daughters of Heavenly Parents that can really lay the foundation where the future generation can really live a joyful and a peaceful life in the future. Aju, thank you so much, brothers and sisters, for all your hard work and investment. I know how much you are also doing your best in your responsibilities. Really, despite the challenges that we are facing now, because of your love for Heavenly Parents and True Parents, really pushing yourselves and really, really doing everything that you can to be able to truly bring joy and happiness to True Parents. All the things that we are doing are really bringing and giving strength to our beloved True Parents. Let's really continue to march forward and really be able to really give support. Because even though we are far from True Mother, actually, as we invest and do our mission, True Mother can feel. And then through that, True Mother can receive strength. So as we continue really working very hard, then we are giving really support to our beloved True Mother, even we are far from her. So through that, we can help True Mother to be always healthy. And then we always pray for True Mother's long life. And in True Mother's lifetime, we together will going to build and fulfill True Mother's dream of offering at least 1/3 of the population to Heavenly Parents and to our beloved True Father. Aju. So once again, I really thank you, beloved brothers and sisters, for participating. And may God bless you always. May you always be safe with your families. Let's really continue to dedicate this time for the liberation of Heavenly Parents and True Parents' heart, and also for the restoration of our beloved nation, the Philippines. Aju. Once again, thank you very much, brothers and sisters. 감사합니다. Please join me in prayer. 사랑하시는 하늘 부모님, 천진 참 부모님, 감사합니다. We would like to express our deepest gratitude, Heavenly Parents, for this beautiful Sunday that you have given us, that we could come together with all our beloved brothers and sisters here in the Philippines, including brothers and sisters who are joining us in different countries. Heavenly Parents, we have nothing to ask for, Heavenly Parents, but to express our gratitude, Heavenly Parents, from the bottom of our hearts, that we have given this opportunity to live in this time. Today we learn, Heavenly Parents, that you have chosen us, Heavenly Parents, even before we were born. Not because of the life we live, before we joined our movement, before we learned the divine principle, and before we meet our beloved True Parents, but because of the foundations that was laid by our ancestors, Heavenly Parents, the merit that was accumulated because of the good deeds of our ancestors. We were born, Heavenly Parents, that to attend you, to attend our beloved True Parents. That's why no matter what, Heavenly Parents, we have to accept that no matter what, we have to fulfill our responsibility. Otherwise, Heavenly Parents, the generations to come will going to continue. That's why, Heavenly Parents, with this grace and blessing we have received, really united with our beloved True Parents, our True Mother, leading us in the providence on earth. Heavenly Parents, if we unite completely and really follow absolutely our True Parents, our True Mother, Heavenly Parents, we will become victorious sons and daughters of yours. Heavenly Parents, as we are preparing to commemorate the 8th year Songwa anniversary of our beloved True Father, we would like to really remember deeply, Heavenly Parents, all the sacrifices of our beloved True Parents, our True Father, continuously, Heavenly Parents, sacrificing in the spiritual world. We pray, Heavenly Parents, that now in True Mother's lifetime, we will going to fulfill your dream no matter what. Heavenly Parents, really even offering our lives, Heavenly Parents, putting our lives on the line. No matter what, we have to accomplish our responsibility and really offer our nation, Heavenly Parents, and offer at least 1/3 of the world population to you and to our beloved True Father. Thank you so much to the entire spiritual world. Billions of absolute good spirits who are really working. Heavenly Parents, our ancestors who are really working with us. Heavenly Parents, if we really unite together as brothers and sisters, Heavenly Parents, with our true Mother, miracles will going to take place beyond our imagination. Thank you so much once again, Heavenly Parents, for your continuous guidance, for continuously blessing us, all our blessed central families, brothers and sisters. Heavenly Parents, we really pray that we can truly become the citizens that you are really longing for, Heavenly Parents, that the people that will going to guide all families, all people of this world, to be able to go back to you and to be able to go back to our beloved true parents. Thank you once again for all your love, Heavenly Parents. May this Sunday can really become the day to continue, move forward, Heavenly Parents, this week with all the love and inspiration we receive from you. Heavenly Parents, we will going to overcome whatever challenges, Heavenly Parents, as we unite with our beloved true Mother and truly bring victory with all our activities, Heavenly Parents, especially all the upcoming activities during this celebration, commemoration of True Father Songwa. I really pray for the success of the our ILC, Heavenly Parents, and also the commemoration, the celebration of the 15th anniversary of the Universal Peace Federation. The Heavenly Parents will have laid really tremendous foundation worldwide, Heavenly Parents, that the world now is recognizing, Heavenly Parents, our movement through UPF, Heavenly Parents, and through Parents' work. Heavenly Parents, I really pray for the great success of this 3-day conference, Heavenly Parents, worldwide, and also for our upcoming Rally of Hope. Heavenly Parents, we pray that we can really reach all the people of this nation, all the people of the world, Heavenly Parents, to be connected to you and our beloved true parents, and all other activities, Heavenly Parents, that will going to take place. Thank you once again, Heavenly Parents. Please be with us and please be with all our beloved brothers and sisters. And I really pray for those who are in difficulty, please help them overcome, Heavenly Parents. And I really pray that we can surpass this pandemic that we are facing this time, Heavenly Parents, and really prepare ourselves this time to be able to really witness to more and more people and really bring all people back to you and our beloved true parents. Thank you once again for reminding us, Heavenly Parents, with our portion of responsibility that you have chosen us, Heavenly Parents, but it's really up to us, Heavenly Parents. How can we be able to truly offer great victory to you and our beloved true parents through the fulfillment of our portion of responsibility? Thank you once again for everything. Together with all my brothers and sisters, we would like to offer the praise in our names. Leo, Angelo, and Kayo Halog Blessed Central Family. Aju. Aju. Thank you very much, brothers and sisters. Kamsahamnida. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Reverend Leo Angelo T. Halog, for that life-giving words that you shared with us today. May it serve as guidelines of inspiration to welcome this new week victoriously and with strong determination and a grateful heart to our Heavenly Parent and true parents. And now, let us all sing together Holy Song number 10, My Offering. To grace us with a prayer, may I call on Miss Monena Balanay for the offertory prayer.
Let's bow down our head, let's close our eyes, and feel the presence of Heavenly Parent and victorious true parents of heaven, earth, and all humankind. Please join me in my prayer. To our most loving, compassionate, forgiving Heavenly Parent, we are humbly bow down our heads before you. Heavenly Parent, we are truly grateful and blessed for giving us this opportunity to offer our appreciation and gratitude to you, for continuously guiding us, protecting us, and loving us despite our limitations and shortcomings. We are so fortunate, Heavenly Parent, for despite this crisis that we are facing right now, because of this coronavirus that's spreading all over the world and millions of our brothers and sisters are now suffering. You are always there to strengthen our faith and give us the courage to march forward and do your providence. Thank you so much, Heavenly Parent, for protecting our beloved true mother, for giving her enough strength to rapid progress of your providence. Thank you so much, Heavenly Parents, for the success of the Rally of Hope last August 9. And now, I am so honored to represent my brothers and sisters to offer this humble amount of their hard works. I hope their offering can help your providence. May your divine presence be with them, together with their families, hoping that all of us will truly unite as one and sincerely offer our sincerest devotion to bring success to your providence. Thank you so much, Heavenly Parent and true parents, and this I pray and report of this. On behalf of my brothers and sisters, I sincerely offer in your name. Adieu.
Thank you, Sister Monena. May I request everyone to please rise as we conclude our Sunday family service with a unison prayer. For our recessional song, let's sing Holy Song number 35, Day of Glory. Thank you very much, brothers and sisters, for tuning in. Please stay safe, wear a mask, and observe social distancing. This is Joyce Publico, your host for today's Sunday service, is greeting you a blessed Sunday. Godspeed.